Robert Venezuela from Silver State Preps, and we're now doing our final round, round 6 of our Silver State Preps National Signing Day coverage, sponsored by First Choice Transmission and Auto Care. And Joe, it's been such a busy day. I mean, I've been to so many different high schools today. Shout out to all the recruits, all the parents, the coaches, the teaching staff. Saw a couple criers today. Just makes my heart feel good. And we're at 11 o'clock here at Silver State Preps headquarters. I mean, what is your first take on the signing day today?
I think it was really good for UNLV. They got a lot of talent today.
I see you rocking the snapback. I mean, show some pride.
Definitely. I got to rep my Rebel gear. Bobby Hawk finally did something, took the team to a bowl game, which is definitely shows something to these recruits. Although they didn't win,
right.
I mean, it still says, hey, we're building onto this program, and that gives us some opportunities to go out and grab kids. So let's show this around, and that we're building our program. And they definitely went out and grabbed some talent not only around the valley, but I mean, from following states like Arizona and California that produce good talent around. So
break down this class, and I'm gonna go first. I think it was a great job of him getting Connor Perkins, the Green Valley kicker, and Austin Hunt, the Silverado tight end, to commit. They're gonna go on their missions. Congratulations to both of you guys, for serving your religious communities. They got Michael Hughes, the Palo Verde defensive lineman. We talked about him earlier. Tim Huff, my boy Tim, how you doing? You finally did it, buddy. Congratulations, for signing. I know this is big for him. He was so happy to be a Rebel. He's going to be great at either the wide receiver or defensive back position out of Desert Pines. But I mean, they also got a couple, key, out-of-state prospects, and the prospect that stands out to me is community college quarterback Blake Decker from Scottsdale Community College. He was originally a BYU commit. He threw for 4,020 yards, 44 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. I mean, he's a big, strong kid at 6'2", 215. I mean, I think he could provide an immediate impact if they don't decide to go back to Nick Sherry. At least we're going to have a quarterback competition heading into spring.
Definitely. I mean, when you look at his stats for over 4,000 yards and 44 touchdowns with only 11 picks, I mean, that's definitely stands out for a quarterback stats. Whether it's at the high school, the JUCO, or the collegiate level.
Right.
I mean, now this kid's definitely getting to look up and go play D1, and I mean, that definitely says something a lot about this kid being able to throw the ball like that. That size at 6'2", 210, that's a good size quarterback. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see what he does, especially with, who knows who's going to be starting quarterback this year for UNLV.
Right.
So, I mean, definitely throwing him in the mix to see what he can do and compete. I think it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here for UNLV at that position. As long as, also Dominique Fenstermacher, the D-back, 3-star. I mean, it's interesting to see what he's going to do, especially after turning down offers from Arizona, Nebraska, and Utah State.
Definitely, and I was actually at that Sullenberger Classic game when Mountain Point beat Bishop Gorman, and he didn't make as many plays as I had thought he would because he had 6 interceptions as previous year as a junior. He had 2 this year, but he definitely shut down Terrence Chambers and Riley Huff. 2 of the better receivers in the valley. He did a great job on them. I think he could, I've heard a lot of talk about him transferring to safety, but I mean, whether it's safety, defensive back, we definitely need help in that secondary and all aspects of every year. Definitely a great, prospect with him. And one last prospect before we get out of here. I know we've touched, on the local prospects, but this kid, safety Blake Richmond out of junior college. 6'3", 190-pound ball hawking safety. This kid is a hard hitter. Didn't have any rival stars. I don't understand that. People didn't highly recruit him, but you know what? He turned down offers from TCU and Utah State. I thought he could, the game tape suggested he could have got bigger looks. This kid is such a nice, defensive back. 112 tackles, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery. This kid is going to be it, and that's going to be all the time we have for us today. Thank you for joining SilverStatePreps.com for all of our National Signing Day coverage.